All right, what's going on, my stock market bulls and bears? I am your host, Terry, baby, and let's get into today's video. Guys, I want to say thank you for subscribing. All your comments, love them on the videos, guys. Thank you. I've been reading your comments, and that's why we're doing today's video, guys. We're going to talk about CleanSpark and why I think it is a great buying opportunity for some great future gains. I think this could be a home run stock if we get in here and dig into the technical terms and possible good news that this company has. So, all right, guys, hope you're ready for this video. Let's go. All right, guys, so you asked for it, and here we are. We're going to talk about CleanSpark today. And I was like, man, checking this out, I'm like, man, you guys are really onto something here. So it's kind of hard to keep up with all the stocks in the stock market, but this is one I have heard of, but I have not really looked into it. So I put a little time into coming up with some stuff today on my analysis of the company. We're going to go over some of the numbers, some of the announcements that they have. And I think we're going to see that this is going to be a great buying opportunity. And honestly, after kind of reviewing everything, I believe this stock is going to be a home run, if you know what I'm saying. So basically, a home run is where you double your money on the stock. I think this stock could easily hit $15 in the future. Now, if presidential election happens and Joe Biden wins, we know that he is definitely pushing for the green, clean, world. So if he would win, then definitely this stock would probably get there a lot quicker because he is pushing to give money for green companies. But if Trump wins, it would take a little bit longer, but possibly still get there. But, so if you see, man, this thing was up here at like almost $15 back on September 21st. So roughly about 5 weeks ago. And it kind of, people bought in, they sold off, and went back down to $11.50. It was hovering around that $11 and $12 mark. Then it was up here at $13 on October the 6th. And as you can see, since the 6th, it pretty much been selling off the whole way through the whole month of October leading up here to the election. So as you can see, this has been dipping the whole time here. So we're down to $7.39, guys. So I think we're at a really great now, as I call, entry point buying opportunity for this stock. And that's why I'm going to give it the big thumbs up. So if we go here and look at the Yahoo Finance on this company, here is what I actually like the most about this company right now, is that this stock at one point was already up to basically $15. And guys, look at that market cap. $164 million market cap. That is small, guys. That is really small. So for a company that's going to be in the EV sector in a sense, and the green, lean emissions and energy save and things like that, to be only at $164 million is really small. So I think there's a huge opportunity if you would put your money in this stock within the next year or two, that you're going to see at least 50% gains, if not possibly 100% gains of a home run. Because I mean, really, this thing, the way we're going with the green companies and EV sectors, man, this market cap is so tiny that it's just ridiculous right here. So I think that is a really good thing to see right there. The company is still kind of fairly new. We don't really have a PE ratio yet to kind of look at all that. But if you get down here, they have some little bit of news on here that I felt that was pretty interesting. And we're going to get on their site and check that out. So if you go on their site here, CleanSpark.com, you can see it's the software that makes microgrids happen. So, okay, what's possibly a microgrid? You can see here they have their different products, MVSO, the impulse, the switchgear, and they have basically our simple, affordable, and automated approach converts to energy expenses into secure, sustainable energy savings. So basically promoting the energy. And I think this chart here is a really great diagram of what they're kind of doing here. So it's the MVSO, Energy Data Modeling, the CleanSpark Impulse. So basically it's showing the electric grid to the customer building, how they're going to have a fuel supply, micro turbines, they're going to have a fuel supply generators, wind generators, solar panels, and energy storage. So I think that is real exciting. All these different products they're going to offer businesses to save on electric and fuel and gas and oil, all that stuff. So I think that's really key things. And you can see here, basically, for the United States Marine Corps, your individual technologies are far ahead, known market, and together have potential to change the face of the current microgrid and energy industry. And over here in Southern California, Edison, the system's agriculture is elegant, flexible, scalable, and the best possible system to control a multi-vendor microgrid. So that is really key, guys, that you want to see that you have customers basically talking about how they already enjoy the product, which is good because that means they're already getting revenue in, which is really, really good. And if you get down here to the bottom, it's kind of nice. You have your company, you have all these different areas. They even have a phone number you can call them if you'd like to. You can even email them. They have their stock information, their news releases, their SEC filings about the board of directors, and all about their company here. So that's really nice. It's all on the website for you to take a look at. But if we go here to the news releases, I already have this pulled up, guys. There's 2 articles that I think we need to go over. And the first one here is on the 28th, so this is just a couple days ago. And it says, CleanSpark announces 2 new EV contracts for grid fabric software subscriptions. Now, I think that is kind of huge news. This was done in Salt Lake City, covered by PRN Newswire. And it says here, a diversified software company today announced that it has 2 contracts with EV, electric vehicle companies, for the first deployments of its Plaid product sold a software subscription. The contracts were executed through CleanSpark's wholly owned subsidiary Grid Fabric. Grid Fabric creates software solutions that help power utilities and IoT, Internet of Things, products that manages energy loads. Plaid specifically allows products of all types to add load shifting capabilities, translating load shifting protocols into their existing APIs. So I think that is really huge. Now the question is, here's the question, guys. Who is the EV companies? That's what we want to know. Who is the EV companies, man? That's what we want to know. So if anyone has that information, please comment down below. I was reading on some stuff that people saying it's Tesla. Could it be Tesla and Neo? Could it be Tesla and Nikola? You know, could CleanSpark be teaming up with maybe GM or someone else? Who knows? But we got 2 EV companies that are teaming up with CleanSpark. Can you imagine if they announced that they are teaming up with Tesla? This thing would go to the moon, man, to the moon, if they announced they're teaming up with Tesla right now. So you might want to buy some shares to basically be ready before the bulls come charging in, El Matador style, you know. Woo! El Matador, and come in, because the bears are having the market right now, but for how long is the bears going to have the market is the key. So that there is pretty much the first article. And the next one here I want to go over real quick was back on October the 21st. And it says here that CleanSpark reports annual revenues of $10 million. Now, I know for businesses like $10 million isn't a lot, but guys, what do we say this market cap was on this bad boy? Where are we at here? Right here. Market cap $164 million, guys. So for a company that's making $10 million in revenues and their market cap is only $164 million, I think that's pretty good, if you know what I'm saying. That's pretty good revenues for such a small market cap. And I think that is what's really interesting about the stock, man, is the market cap. I love seeing these small market caps because that is where the opportunity is. Now, yes, it is a little bit more riskier. Yes, it's higher up on the risky scale. But that's where you're going to get your rewards. That's where you're going to get your home run stocks, you know. So you almost want to take the risk if you want to. But like I said, it's kind of a clean energy EV company. So here it says in Salt Lake City, the PRN Newswire again, that CleanSpark, a diversified software and services company, today reported preliminary unaudited revenue for its fiscal year ending in September 30th. So these are basically September revenues in excess of $10 million. This achievement represents a 222% gross revenue for the company in 2019. Guys, did you see that? 222% increase revenue year over year. Yo, that is crazy. So what can we have for next year? Let's put it that way. What could be the revenues next year, man? So these figures represent a fourth consecutive year-breaking record, year of record-breaking analyzed revenue. So that is very, very interesting there. If we read a little more, just a little bit more here. In addition, the company reaffirmed the target of $20 million in gross revenue by 2021. The company began investing in a growth with the focus on higher margin software and service sales. CleanSpark currently has executed contracted backlog exceeding $6 million and a proposal pipeline exceeding $12 million. So you can get over it on their website, guys, and you can read over the whole thing. But I think those are kind of the key things on there. If you just go to CleanSpark.com, go to their news release, you can get all that information. There is a couple other cool things I wanted to show you here. If you actually go under the Yahoo Finance and you click under the tab holders. So I think it's key you see this here. You click under the tab holders and it'll tell you kind of who's invested in the company. So it has here your major holder breakdowns, shares held by all insiders, shares held by institutions, float held by institutions, and number of institutions holding shares. And you can see here, these are some of the top institutional holders. Look at this, FYN Investment Advisories, 535,000 shares. You got Cetera Advisory Network, 28,000 shares. Town Square Capital, 24,000 shares. Susquehanna Fundamental Investments, 24,000 shares. So you got a lot of these investment groups, advisors, and purchasing these stocks at pretty big volumes. It looks like around 20,000 is about the average. You do got some down here that bought 10,000 and 1,000. But if you go down here too, you have top mutual fund holders and Fidelity. They have all their different Fidelity accounts here. They bought like 35,000 there, 10,000, and 9,000, and 7,000 there. These are all back in August. Some of these are back in June and September. But I got something cool for you. We got some September information of these people that purchased CleanSpark shares. So you ready for this? So we are back, man, on fintel.co. And this here says institutional and fund ownership buyers. So basically here then, major holders that have opened new positions in CleanSpark, which is key, new positions, and it has all the company names here. This page shows changes in ownership structure by listing institutions, funds, major shareholders that have increased holdings or opened new positions in the last reporting period. So guys, we have September here, and it's kind of crazy because not many people are buying this stock right now. There's not many. As you can see, this Coulter group here, on the 27th, they bought a call of 16,500. So they must have bought 16,500 shares of a call option. Then they actually bought shares of the company of 13,370. Then they bought puts. They bought 18,700 contracts of puts. Then you got Vallejo only bought a couple shares. You got IFP bought 1,000 shares. And just on the 30th, you have SGFFX bought 4,260 shares. So that's roughly like $43,000 in value right now, what they're saying the current value of. So I think that is pretty good information as well. We can come back and check this for November to see how many people add to this. So these are only the new investors. So if people already currently have shares and they're a big company and they bought more, that will not show up on this report. So we only got 4 different people that is brand new investors, as you can see here. Institutional buyers 4, open positions 6. So not much activity. So I still think that there is a lot of room for this company to grow. And the key points of this video is the market cap. 164 million, guys. They're making 10 million in revenue so far, which is really good. And there's not a lot of people really buying this right now, like new investors. So that is really key. And there's plenty of room for this to grow. And we don't know who the two EV companies are, so keep that in mind. Which two EV companies is it that CleanSpark has these contract deals with? So keep that in mind. Guys, if you found this video helpful and you appreciate it, give it a big thumbs up. Join the Thumbs Up Nation, man. Really appreciate you guys' love and support. Guys, I honestly think that this stock from $7.39 is going to hit $15 in the future. Whether that's 1 year or 2 years, but I think it'll be there. I think it'll definitely be there. So, guys, I will catch you in the next one. And remember to buy the dip.